Alright guys, let's talk about Virtual Protocol on the channel for the first time since September the 9th. So we're talking about a month and a half here. And guys, you can see down here we are starting to break this trend line. So we do have some news here. Basically, it's the first time we've really broken it since the 27th of May. And yeah, keep in mind the daily candle is not closed just yet. So we do need to close that. We still have a little bit more than half a day, guys. So still a long time. Now, if we close a candle above about $1.13 here today, that would be the start of this break. So this is a good sign. It's a start. The longer the candles we put over this line, the better, of course. Let's see if we've even put a 4-hour candle above it. We haven't even done that yet, guys. So still, we have about 2.5 hours until the 4-hourly closes. So guys, keep in mind, it's looking good, but it's not over yet. We still have to seal candles above it. Now, the greater resistance here is $1.21. We do have this weekly resistance. So that would be the better one to climb over, we can say. But again, we do need to seal weekly candles over. We're looking at this on the daily time frame. But Virtual Protocol is actually coming, back quite a lot here in the last few days. Now, I went to CoinGecko, guys. There wasn't really any news here. If you look at this, 18 days ago was some news here, and this has been, just been pumping for the last few days. Now, looking at the volume profile here, we do have something a little bit interesting coming up. We do have at about $1.2066 here, like you see. Let's just say $1.21. We have this point of control, so we do need to get above that. And once we clear about $1.26 or so, it gets a little bit easier here to run up. But remember, guys, all the way up to about $1.92 or so, we have this big hump here. It's basically a speed bump. We got to get through this. But the point of control is still just above us at the moment. Now, the Bollinger Bands on a weekly time frame have just been forming basically since mid-August. They are not very close together. They're not pinching in. You can see these blue lines here, guys. Nothing really going on there. Let's go to the daily time frame. Little bit wide also here. We did have more of a pinch back when it fell down. This was amazing, guys. It fell down to 30 cents. If you had like an order down there at like 30 cents, wow. That's amazing. But anyways, it's pretty much like an intestine, like I usually say. We don't really have a pinch right now on the daily time frame. So, as for price action, when it comes to the Bollinger Bands, they're not really helping us. Now, looking at the stochastic and the RSI here, we are overheated on stochastic, unfortunately, but we aren't turning down just yet, but we probably will soon. RSI is not overheated, but again, it's kind of a mixed signal here, I would say. 4-hour time frame, overheated on both RSI and stochastic, unfortunately. The 1-hour time frame, coming up here on the stochastic, looks like the blue line has just crossed the red line to the upside here, but we are overheated and pointed down on the RSI, so kind of a mixed signal. Now, the 15-minute time frame coming down as well, overheated on both. Maybe this is just not, it's probably in the neutral territory. Actually, it's not overheated, but it's sitting right on the line, we can say. So, in my opinion, guys, let's just put this on a 4-hour time frame and get rid of this here. And, for me, it would be kind of a good thing if we can stay above $1.13, like I said, guys. I don't know if we're going to break $1.18 here, this daily resistance. If we do, I do believe this $1.21 will stop the price action for now. One more indicator to consider is the MACD, guys. And again, it's not really printing anything on the weekly, so we can only look at the daily here. We do have a cross of the red line here with this blue line. It is coming up pretty heavily. Last 3 days are dark green. We just came out of this small red period. So yeah, I mean, this does look good, at least on the daily time frame. Momentum is up for Virtual, I do believe. Jumping over to the Tokenomics of Virtual's protocol, it's number 134 coin. It's up about 30% today. You can see I'm in a loss here, guys. Actually, my average cost is about $1.54. Not too bad still. And again, I do want to point out this little line chart in the last 24 hours. This is actually a very healthy way to go up, guys. So it's not one of these vertical lines that you see straight up, because those usually don't work out, guys. They do fall back 40, 50, 60%. But you can see over the last 24 hours, this is just kind of grinding up. If we look at the last 7 days, it's a little bit more vertical, but still not too bad. But yeah, the last 24 hours, I do like that. Anyways, let's go down here. There is a max supply of 1 billion tokens. That's not that many, guys. 655 million tokens are actually circulating. All-time high was about $5, guys, and that was 10 months ago. So this has definitely bottomed. Now, I don't know if we should count the wick from the other day. That's just not normal price action at all. So yeah, I do feel it has bottomed. It's, at least 10 months old, maybe a little bit more than this. But yeah, 77% down. I do believe it will reach its all-time high again and maybe exceed it by a little bit, probably this bull run. I would say, this token, it can probably reach anywhere between about $6 to $8 and maybe 10 to 12 if we get the right conditions, guys. But right now, I'm not seeing the right conditions in crypto. This is a different bull run than the last bull runs, guys. So let's see, but I do feel it probably will exceed its all-time high. Jumping over the Bitcoin here, you can see that we do have kind of a W pattern here, guys. And basically, we have broken this neckline. So this line right here, this yellow line marks off the neckline. And basically, the target sits up here at about 115,200. So we're going to come up to this resistance probably. And, probably cool down right here. But this is where we stopped. We do need to break this. This is a local high, basically, that we do need to take out to get a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin. Now, I need to mention we didn't clear this gap, actually. We didn't take it out. It's still about a $275 gap to the downside. But is that significant enough to bring us back down? Maybe not. We'll see. Earlier in the week, we had about a $1,015 gap. So we closed, $750 of this gap. And that's a good thing. Now, we did close also the week at 110,740. So again, keep in mind, we're sitting at 111,659, but this is on Binance on spot. So of course, this is different than CME. Well, we have to wait and see where it opens up, guys, on Monday. But there is a possibility we will have a small gap again to the downside. Before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with Bybit, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTC.D, WEX, and CoinEx. Guys, if you want to get Moodix, you can also get a free 7-day trial here. Also, if you want a cold wallet, check out this link with CypherRock today, guys. You can get 17% off your CypherRock purchase today if you use my link. Also, you can follow me on X here. Bitcoin monthly returns are at about minus 2.14%, so I think we were down a little bit more during the week, so this is starting to come back. If it would be red today, if it would close the month, this will be the, least red month we ever had, but I do feel we're probably going to get a green month. We still have about 6 days, guys, left, and next week we do have the interest rate cut coming up. Hopefully we get some other bullish news as well. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, guys, is stuck right in the middle of this purple box. I know you can probably barely see it on your screen, but guys, this is not a good spot to be in. I think we need to get out of this box. We need to get above this box. That is about $4,100 to get above it. And like I said, if we dip below this box, this is about $3,800. That's the first step of a bear market. Now, we need to hold this trend line. This trend line has been holding us up for about 2 weeks now. If we break that, that's another sign. Now, if we drop out of this channel as well, we do, we're still in this channel still. It hasn't really been broken, so that's also a good sign. If we break this channel, though, guys, I do worry the bear market will be in. Total market cap sitting at $3.72 trillion. We are going up the last few days, so that's a good sign as well. We do have a W pattern here, just like Bitcoin. So again, same technicals apply basically. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, again, we have a smaller W pattern, but we haven't broken the neckline yet. If I zoom in here, guys, basically this neckline is on this orange line right here. So yeah, excluding Bitcoin, you haven't broken the neckline. So we need to break that neckline, and then maybe we can make a measurement later. Bitcoin dominance, though, is still trending up, guys. Look at this. This trend line is basically holding us up, and it's been about a month and a half. Yesterday, we did have a red candle finally for the first time in 5 days, but we are getting a green candle today, unfortunately, and we're sitting just below 60% dominance. So altcoin holders are suffering. Now, USDT dominance, going down for the third day in a row. So people are slowly starting to put their money back in the crypto. So we're sitting at 4.91%. Support here is at 4.83% at the moment. Unfortunately, the altcoin season index is at a 37 still. It's been that for about a day or so. But yeah, we are trending more towards Bitcoin season, unfortunately, for us altcoin holders. Now, if we go to the liquidation heat map, only $200 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So that's not too elevated. We're starting to see these numbers finally come down. All last week, we had like $400, $500, $600 million wrecked. And yeah, we do need to get this down. Basically, longs and shorts on both sides are getting wrecked equally now. Fear and greed at a 37. We're in fear. Yesterday was also fear, but we were at a 30. Next update is in about 14 and a half hours. Bull market peak indicators, guys, 0 from 30 have been hit. Still 100% hold. Pi cycle top indicator is still below 55%. So if you're wondering what below 55% looks like, that's what this looks like. So again, if we go back here, guys, most of these indicators aren't even close to 100%. And for example, okay, we have 91% here on Bitcoin dominance. Again, is that a great indicator? Nah, not really, I would say. Bitcoin trend indicator, it's 87%. I'm not sure, how that one works. But basically, most of these indicators are, below 40, 50, 60% basically. Yeah, 60% is basically the mark most of these indicators are under. Now, next week, I'm not sure how it works with the government shutdown, but we do have core durable goods orders here and durable goods orders on Monday. Tuesday, we do have some HPI numbers and consumer confidence. Wednesday, not really anything, but we do have the interest rate decision. So that's the biggest thing probably for the week. But when it comes to other economic data, there's really nothing. So this is very important, though. It is expected we're going to get a cut. And if we go to Thursday, we do have GDP and core PCE prices. And Friday, again, we have core PCE price index and personal spending, Chicago PMI. Bostic is speaking. So yeah, we do have a little bit coming up next week, but I'm not sure how the government shutdown will affect a lot of this data. Now, yesterday, guys, we had a very, very positive day. It was actually a 0.55, positive day. That's excellent. Now, sentiment is risk on. That trend is now growing. Yesterday, it was sideways. So the week was actually pretty positive. Just look at this. Month was positive. Year is positive. If we go back to yesterday, guys, there was a lot of good numbers. Basically, CPI was excellent. If we scroll down to this, you can see it was a 0.4475 positive number here. So that is great, guys. Now, the PMI for manufacturing was also positive. Michigan numbers also positive, guys. So we had a lot of good economic data yesterday. Now, FedWatch Tools is showing about a 98% chance that we're going to get that quarter point cut. There's still a small chance they might keep the rate as it is. If you look at Polymarket, though, it does differ slightly. There's actually a 1% chance that we're going to get a 50 basis point decrease. Probably not, though, unfortunately. Now, looking at crypto bubbles here, it looks pretty good on the day. There are some reds, though, here. COAI, that's just been going up so much lately, and that's a very volatile coin. I just did a video a few days ago on it. Virtual is up now 40% as of the end of this video, so when I was filming this at the beginning, it was only about, I think, 30% up. So yeah, it's starting to go up pretty heavily here. Now, anyways, guys, if you want to stake your virtual here, you need to go to Coinondo, and there is actually 8 results that were found. So do your homework. Don't just blindly send coins around, guys. That's not a good thing to do. And guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Like I said, check out some of those deals that I have below, guys. If you use my links, of course, I do get some commission, but it's very small. If you can't get a membership, or you can't, send me a super thanks or something like this, guys, then hey, that's one way you can support me or any other YouTuber that you like, guys. So I do appreciate those people who have been using my links lately. And yeah, it is pennies usually, unless you're trading hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.